Yolon True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy, and of course today we need to talk about the newest invention of Scopely, and that is Xindi Armadas. But before I go into details here, I just want to say, if you're not a subscriber of my channel yet but do like my videos, then please do subscribe to my channel, and when you do, please also click this little bell and all notifications so you will be notified when another video comes out. Xindi Armadas. Well, in the official announcement of Scopely, it said it's for Ops 51 plus. Well, maybe from Ops 51 plus you can get the directives. We come to that a bit later. They are not doable for a bunch of Ops 51 players. I can tell you that at least. But let's first have a look where to find them, and then we can have a look at them. You know, Xindi Space, that's where they started with the Xindis, then brought in the heavy aquatics, then the silent enemies, and here in that space you also find those armadas. And they said it's 51 plus, but the smallest ones you find is here in Somhailan, and that is level 53 Xindi Armadas. And here are some. If you look at them, they have a strength of 22 billion. But, well, that's usually something that's not always that important. We have other things where they have crazy powers officially, and then you can take them with the ships you have. But this is just the official version. And they do look like the final Xindi weapon that the reptilians wanted to use against Earth. Although in this case the parts are red and not green as we know it. But nevertheless, that's what it looks like. And you have to destroy them. But they have some specialties that make it harder and make it important for you to choose the proper crew. And one of those things is the ship ability, the chemicide weaponry. At the end of the round, the Xindi weapon increases its weapon's damage by 30%. If it is burning, there is a chance to prevent this. And this ability, if it's not prevented, will stack in infinite. What is the word in English? I would have said indefinitely. Infinitely. Sorry, non-native speakers. Sometimes words get me out of that. But that is one point where you need to think about your crew. And the other point is the No Mercy ability. Every 8th round, the Xindi weapon fires its super weapon, dealing lethal damage to one ship. If it is assimilated, there's a chance to prevent this. And so you not only need strong ships, but you also need crews equipped for this. My alliance is not one of those that has what some people would call whales, some of my people would call Daddy's Wallet warriors, but we have, let's say, normal levels for our server age if you don't spend a hell of amount of money. And so in my alliance we have 2 quite fresh level 53 ships. So much about the level 51. We did an attempt yesterday with those 2 level 53 ships and a few others that had the warp range, because for the very first one, the smallest one here, the 53, you need a warp range of 230 to get to that system. There is nothing in a system with less warp range. So we took those 2 level 53 ships and a number of other ships that could reach this system at all. Among them was a Pelum, for example, and so on. And then we attacked it. I can tell you from this test that first of all, crewing is really important. So you need, and that's what we used yesterday, and we saw what amount of damage we did. So you need Armada crews added with burning officers and assimilate officers to conquer those ship abilities. And we all, or let's say most of us, had a combination of that. And if it was Giorgio included in the Chakotay Armada crew, or if it was Neelix below deck, and a lot of people had Desok below deck for assimilate. Those combinations did work because we didn't see the climb in power for the chemocide weaponry at the end of every round, and we didn't see the super weapon firing. And so the officer choice obviously is to have a burning crew like Giorgio or Neelix below deck, and to have Desok below deck for the assimilate part, because that in that test obviously worked. What didn't work was destroying it, because from the amount of damage we did, I can tell you need a full set of level 53 ships, so the Vorcher, the Corvus, the Northcut at least, and them tiered up a little bit at least. Minus is fresh out of the box, as you know. We had another one that was tier 2, I guess, and we did a certain amount of damage. And I'm quite sure with a full set of those ships you can destroy them, but not with any crew just of level 51 ships. There's a level 51 ship. There is no level 51 ship, so I don't think that you can do it with some quite new ships that you have from level 50, for example. So you will need a full set of level 53 ships to do that. We did tests yesterday, and that's why I'm saying this. But because of the damage we did, and the analysis of the damage the Xindi weapon did to us, I'm quite sure that the combination of those crews with a full set of level 53 ships that are not necessarily all tier 1 will do the trick. But it's definitely something that is not easy to do. But of course there are rewards, and with the rewards something new came as well. The rewards are refined chemocide. And you know, chemocide was one of the main components, or the most important components of the Xindi weapon, if you've seen the series, and that's why they obviously chose this, because the chemocide is important because they introduced something else with the new Armadas, and that's the exchange for the Xindi Armadas, and that's the G5 Xindi Uncommon Armada pack and the G5 Xindi Rare Armada pack, because they are uncommon Xindi Armadas and they are rare Xindi Armadas. But you see, the update did something to the graphics here. That's happening all the time when you click it. And in the exchange you get, in the uncommon exchange you get rare Xindi directives then, and I guess that's the only source for the rare directives. And you can get uncommon Armada credits, the normal ones. You can get Borg Solo Armada credits and Dominion Solo Armada credits, and you can get shards for the temporal artifacts, but also crystal, gas and ore in the uncommon, rare or epic, and you can get ship parts from it as well, from common, uncommon and rare. All G5 of course, because you only will see that if you are level 51 plus. You see the level store, the one is level 51 to 53, the other one is level 51 to 54. And in the rare one you get rare Armada credits, rare Borg Solo Armada credits, rare Dominion Solo Armada credits, vinculum fragments, shards for other temporal fragments, and so for the epic ones in this time, and then more gas crystal ore and more ship parts, and also temporal disruptors. It's all chances. And then you have the chance for ship blueprints, which is quite nice. I would like to have an exchange here, because there are blueprints from the uncommon 5-star ships up to the epic 5-star ships, and there are shards for Trip Tucker and Jonathan Archer as a chance in here. Of course, I would do like to be able to make a pull here and get 33 directives blueprints, but that's quite some time out, because until we can get 6 level 53 ships together in one of those, so I'll make a video in a number of months again after we defeated the first one, but my alliance will definitely not be able to defeat one of those very soon. But there's definitely still one question, except what you can exchange it for if you manage that. One question that you want to ask before you even can do that, even if you are able to beat that. How do I get directives? And for that we have to go to the faction store, and in this case to the Xborg. And since they introduced them, there is claim for directives in the Xborg faction store. Once a week you can claim 1,000 uncommon Xindi Armada directives here. And in the first place you would think, oh, that's many. No, you wouldn't, because they do cost 1,000 per launch. So if you want to start it once, you need 1,000 Armada directives for it. Otherwise, they work completely as normal Armadas, so the FKR Armadas. You can join with as many people as your Armada Control Center allows you when you're the starter, and it takes 15 minutes. And you can speed them up if everybody is there. You don't have to wait the full 15 minutes if you want to speed that up. So everything like that is working completely normal. They are just insanely strong, and once again only something for people who are playing for a longer time. People on the new servers will not even see them, because they are still the lock there at level for the level 39 lock there. So that's something far out in the future for you. People on the older servers that have tons of ships in the 60s and so on, they will definitely be able to do that without a problem. I saw a lot of rare 5-star ships there yesterday, so alliances that have that should be able to do them. But it will take some time until we will be able to do them. So at the moment, I will just in the next weeks collect directives. We could have taken that thing down if we had enough directives to go for it. But we only have 2 players in my alliance that are beyond level 51. So there's not that much to collect. But we did... Let's say we did visible damage to that thing, but we would have had to do it 5 times or something to get it down, 5 or 6 times. So that's why I'm saying we better wait a little bit until we have more ships, or until at least the 2 of us have the chance to tier up our ships more, and then we can try again to get that thing down, but not at the moment. Of course, I do have a lot of research, but all the anti-FKR Armada research won't help against them either. Nevertheless, if you are playing on one server for a longer time, I mean, I've been playing for years, but not on this server, although it's one and a half years on this server now. But if you are in the 60s or whatever, and you could play with those Xindi Armadas a little bit more yesterday by defeating them, let me know your opinion. But also, if you just have questions in general or video requests, you know that I regularly read the comments under the videos. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.